The Attica prison riot that took place at the Attica Maximum Security Prison in upstate New York is considered the bloodiest prison riot in recent American history. The 13th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution abolished slavery and involuntary servitude except as punishment for a crime, and that's exactly how the inmates said they were being treated. Like slaves. One example is they were only allowed to shower once a week. Tensions over the inhumane treatment the prisoners, especially the black prisoners, faced have been rising and reached a fever pitch on Thursday, September 9th, 1971, when the door that the prisoners used to go to the yard was locked and a fight broke out between the prisoners and the guards. The altercation escalated. Additional inmates participated until they breached a gate leading to another section of the facility, resulting in prisoners being released across the institution. However, things took a bad turn when William Quinn, a guard, was knocked unconscious and eventually died of his head wounds. Inmates took Quinn's keys and gained control of the control center and the D yard. They also took hostages for leverage. Corrections Commissioner Russell Oswald demanded that the prisoners release hostages within an hour and accept the settlement proposal they had offered. However, the inmates rejected the proposal because it would not provide amnesty. They also declined to release hostages and to surrender, and this is when things went from bad to worse. Shortly thereafter, a National Guard helicopter flew low over the yard and blew a cloud of military-grade CS gas into the crowd of men. Now, a man named Frank Big Black Smith is one of the surviving prisoners of the time. He recalled what happened, saying, quote, "First came the tear gas. People looked for something to cover their face. When I first heard the shots, I thought they were blanks. Then the people around me in the yard started dropping. I realized they were real bullets and everyone ducked and ran for cover." The gunshots Smith is referring to are the marksmen who came in and started shooting, hitting 189 of the 1,300 men in the yard. In an article titled "What the Nixon Tapes Reveal About the Attica Prison Uprising," officers dropped tear gas and fired 3,000 rounds, killing 39 people and wounding more than 80 others. Nixon hoped that this would send a message to activists or the, quote, Angela Davis crowd, as he put it, on his secret tapes. And according to these tapes, Nixon and Governor Rockefeller was worried about Attica because, quote, the word is around that this is a signal for the black uprising. So after the shooting came the beatings. Big Black said that the guards stripped them naked after the shooting and made them crawl naked in the mud through a gauntlet where they beat them. Big Black was also tortured as an example. He says, quote, "They took me out of the line. They made me lie on a table naked on my back and put a football under my chin. They put their burning cigarettes out on me." This is straight out of the Willie Lynch textbook on how to break the male slave, strip him of his clothes, tie him to a horse in opposite directions, pull him apart, beat him to the point of death, but don't kill him.
Take the meanest, most restless nigger. Strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggers, female niggers, and nigger infants. Tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a horse facing in opposite direction, set him on fire, and beat both horses until they tear him apart in front of the male, female, and nigger infants. Bullwhip and beat the remaining nigger males within an inch of their life. Do not kill them, but put the fear of God in them, for they can be useful for future breeding. Anybody know who Willie Lynch was? Anybody? Raise your hand. No one? He was a vicious slave owner in the West Indies. The slave masters in the colony of Virginia were having trouble controlling their slaves, so they sent for Mr. Lynch to teach them his methods. The word lynching came from his last name. His methods were very simple, but they were diabolical. Keep the slave physically strong, but psychologically weak and dependent on the slave master. Keep the body, take the mind.